The art of talking to the opposite sex. Easy communication skills and understanding how the opposite sex thinks makes a big difference. There are references to the same sex as well. Hi, and welcome back to How to Talk to the Opposite Sex Without Knockbacks. This one is understanding your needs, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of information of what I go through and what I hear all the time. And it's the big reason why I created this course. Now, my clients, especially new ones, come into me and they say, oh, look, you're not going to understand, what I mean, or what I'm saying. You're sort of not going to get it. And I do get it. I do get it very well. The most questions that are brought to me by my clients, 40 to 50%, are basically relationship related. Most people are after the same things. Everyone wants the perfect relationship. Everyone wants to find that perfect partner, and who can blame them? That's life. And some have had a perfect relationship, and now things have gone on to changes, but everyone's after the same thing. And the information that I basically put forth to them is not just information of say so, or hey mate, try this, and hey, you should see if this works. I'm not into the see if this works. Basically, it's information that has been worked out, and it's information that's well known in the industry, but they try it and I actually get the feedback. So the best thing about it is I get to hear what works and correct in a way perhaps that they've put that information maybe in the wrong sort of contents. But the thing is that in the end we get a system that works, and that's why I put this course together. It's basically proven. So even though it might sound basic in some areas, it really isn't. It's just a case of when put the right way, it works. And what I've done with this course is I have kept it in a basic way, simplifying each lecture so you don't have to go on and on about it. The only thing that really makes this not a really long drawn out course is because I'm not delving into each subject into its nth degree. I'm giving you the basic information that works so you can walk straight away and know how to deal with what it is you're after. So don't go thinking this is a basic course. It really is the information that anyone can use, and it's very smart information. It's just put in a way so you can actually quickly hear it and then move on. Because once you do get the gist of what it's saying, you will understand it and you will know how to deal with it. So it's a real eye-opener. And sometimes, let's face it, sometimes we know about these things and then sometimes we forget. And it's just bring it back to our mind and giving you the approach you should be using on each subject. And the best thing about this course is it puts you in all the different scenarios that you can come across. And it gives you the information on how to deal with that situation rather than run away from it, or, a missed opportunity of someone that you really do like and you just wish you could have gone up and spoken to them. And this way you can. It's learning the information so you're not panicking. The whole trick is be yourself, slow down, don't let your adrenaline go over the top, and deal with the situation. So after you speak with this person, whether, hey, there's something there or not. What's the worst thing? You could be either friends or you just walk away, and that's okay. That's life. And the best part about it is giving yourself a chance makes you feel a lot better inside, knowing that, you had the skill and you had the gumption to actually go up and control your situation rather than maybe, just going, oh, I can't do this. It's not about that. It's about just being you, being calm, and it's funny how the reaction of the other person will be the same. When you're being truthful to yourself and you're being truthful to the other person, It's amazing how things work out. I have dealt with same-sex couples, males, females, relationships, strained relationships. But the funny thing is, everybody is dealing with the same ideas and problems. So nothing's basically new. The only thing that's new is new techniques on how to deal with things. And basically, the same technique, being straightforward, works every time. We're not here to con anyone. We're not here to trick anyone. And let's face it, if you've got one-liners and stuff like that, hey, that's great for the bar and stuff like that in nightclubs. But we're just being straightforward. Look, this course will take you step by step in a really easy way so you understand everything, and putting you in each different situation and basically giving you the key to how to deal with that lock on that situation. Basically, you can unlock it and work out what it is that you weren't doing before. And once you do know the key to everything, you start not being worried about who you're talking to or how you're talking to. You do have the skill to go up to anyone and just start a conversation. I am very passionate about this subject, and I'm very passionate about helping my clients and helping people. So look, come on this journey with me, and I'm sure you're going to really enjoy the information in this course, and I really look forward to seeing you inside. So enjoy and have a great day. Introduction. Course instructor, myself, Shaun for couples and singles therapy. What will you learn from this course? This course is a keep it simple approach without delving in too deep in specific areas. It's an overall outlook that works quite well. Knowing a little bit of information has changed lives of people I've helped in the past. I hope this will give you some more information to help you, or maybe change your life for the better. There are 13 modules with 33 topics, plus 4 bonus tips, which will give you a sneak peek into behavioural patterns. Requirements needed to complete this course. There are no previous requirements needed to complete this course. The information in this course is delivered in a simplistic way, making it very easy for students to learn and apply the techniques to work for themselves on males and females. Please help your fellow students by rating this course. By leaving a review and rating this course, your fellow students can make their minds up whether to take this course or not. It helps them understand your experience and gives them the opportunity to make a conscious decision. Help others see if they would like this course for themselves based on your feedback as well. Thank you. How to get support from myself about this course content. How to get support from Shaun? It's very easy by using the Q&A board. If you click on the Q&A tab, which is below the video on your dashboard, please post your message for any information you would like to know about this course or comments you would like to leave. I would be only too happy to help or hear what you have to say. Getting one thing straight from the beginning. Let's get one thing straight right from the start. In this course, we are not talking about trying to talk to the opposite sex or the same sex for a one-night stand. We're talking about trying to talk to someone you fancy or would like to get to know on a more intimate level, leading to a relationship. So if you think this is how to chat someone up for a quick result, then maybe this course isn't for you. Okay, let's get started with the course. Talking to the opposite sex. Cover page. What women find attractive in a man. Number 1, women love a man who is busy and is in control of his life. The one thing a lot of women don't want is a man who has plenty of time on his hands. They might have money, but they also never know what he's up to. They're after a man they can trust and gives them security in their relationship and life. Number 2, they're after a man who puts them first when it comes to their home life. Sure, being busy is okay, but she wants to be with him when she can. What is meant by talking to the opposite sex? What is meant by talking to the opposite sex? What I mean by saying talking to the opposite sex is when you don't know someone and you might be at an event, party, friend's house or nightclub. All you want to do is go up to that person and talk to them. Or you're at a party, a nightclub, and you fancy a particular person and you want to find a way to talk to them. One of the hardest things people find to do is go up to someone and talk to them. Why? Because of fear of failing. Let's face it, you only get one shot at it, and if you fail, it feels like, well, you're an idiot. Especially if that person has friends with them, and you feel as soon as you walk away, they are going to talk about you and laughing. Is this really the case? The pressure of talking to the opposite sex, or same sex. What is the biggest problem about talking to the opposite sex? The problem is we put too much pressure on ourselves, which is understandable because when you like someone, you get that special feeling come over you. You think to yourself, wow, I can see myself with that person. Within a 30-second period, your mind is so fast you could have already pictured yourself driving in a car with them, going shopping, to the movies, etc. You name it, our minds are so fast, we can put that person in all situations as if you were already with them. That's the power of attraction. And let's face it, Mother Nature has triggers to make people be together for a good reason, for the human race to survive, the same as any animal. Let's go over it in the next slide. What about talking to someone of the same sex? See, here's the catch-22. It's so easy for someone of the same sex to talk to the other person. They have their eye on. They already know how their own sex works and the type of reaction they can face. But better yet, they know how to approach them easier. The whole key is because they are calmer right from the start. They're not thinking, oh my God, when I get there, what am I going to say? They're already thinking, wow, I can't wait to have a conversation with this person. Two totally different mindsets. Mindset is the whole name of the game in my therapy sessions. I hope you can see the difference between the two ways of thinking and the benefits. What to know about males? One thing nearly all women already know about males: they're nearly always 70% of the time not showing who they are. See, there's a big difference between males and females. A male acts like he's cool, but he's so scared of failing, he had to build himself up to just walk over to you, let alone talk to you. So when he finally opens his mouth, who knows what's going to come out? He'll then panic and come up with one-liners, followed by actions and hand movements he's never done before in his life. And it goes on and on. It's like a bad lie. Once you've made it, you have to keep it up, and it tends to turn into a built-up mess. I feel most females have had this happen to them before, or will soon. Males and the way they see the opposite sex. Males see the opposite sex in a different way to how females see the opposite sex. For instance, males are normally very visual creatures. They see things that turn them on and don't necessarily see the whole package in front of them. Men might have one thing that really turns them on, and they can't get their minds off of it. Yet it really doesn't come across well if a male goes up to a female and the first thing he says is, "Hell yeah, girl. I'm all for that miniskirt and those 6-inch stilettos," if you know what I mean. When a guy matures enough, he will then go after a person that has all the qualities he is interested in. It just takes time. What men find attractive in women? Number 1, all men are attracted to physical appearances. Now, don't think that means they're after a supermodel, because each man has different ideals about what a sexy woman is to him. So there is a man for you. Number 2, men want a woman they can, be a great person to marry. If a man is past his fun days and is looking for the right one, they will always be thinking, is she marriage material, in the back of their minds. Number 3, men are after someone who is emotionally stable, a woman who's not going to fly off the handle over every little thing. A strong woman is someone who knows what she wants. It's very appealing to a man. Number 4, has this woman had good relationships before in her life? Has she had long relationships, or does she break up with guys every year? Stability is a must. Number 5, a woman who values herself and he can trust, knowing if she's at a work event and someone is hitting on her, she knows how to say no, but at the same time is a woman who's very loving and loyal. Number 6, a man loves a woman who backs him up and will always be by his side and on his side. Number 7, the main thing a man wants from a woman is trust and respect. Knowing his woman is wanting to be the one person who is his rock and he can let her be the kind of woman she wants to be is so impressive to a man, whether that's in her job, business, or home. What to know about females? Knowing about females. Well, one different thing nearly all females do when they first talk to you is they let you know who they are. How they're acting is them. You either like the way they act, talk, carry on, or you don't. They may be over the top or laugh at everything you say, may be very loud, or they are trying to impress their friends. The difference is, most likely, she is showing you who she really is, like it or not. That's where women differ from men. That is why women don't like finding out you're not really who you acted like. Instant deal breaker. Females and the way they see the opposite sex. Now, how women see the opposite sex. Unlike men, women see the opposite sex and see the whole package. They might say, wow, I love his eyes, love his smile, and that's a real turn on. And wow, I love the way he holds himself and how he walks. They tend to put the whole package together, and sometimes, to some women, looks aren't everything. They love the person based on how they make them feel or how they make them laugh. There is so many different paths women choose for what they see in a mate. Men love pictures while women love the storyline. Tends to sum it up. What women find attractive in a man. Number 1, women love a man who is busy and is in control of his life. The one thing a lot of women don't want is a man who has plenty of time on his hands. They might have money, but they also never know what he's up to. They're after a man they can trust and gives them security in their relationship and life. Number 2, they're after a man who puts them first when it comes to their home life. Sure, being busy is okay, but she wants to be with him when she can. Number 3, women love a man who is passionate about what he does. It's attractive and exciting, and they really want an emotional connection with their man. Number 4, women love a man who is opinionated but not disrespectful towards anyone else and doesn't put others down, more encouraging others to do better. Number 5, women love a man who's not wanting to rush to get to know her, taking her out and experiencing new things together and places together. Not in a rush to get into a solid relationship and settle down. Number 6, women love a man who likes to teach them new things and include them in learning about what they do and interested in what you do, also being a part of their work or business. Number 7, most of all, women love a man who can have drinks with their friends, knows how to have a good time, and knows when to stop and go home, whether he's with her or by himself. Let's look at talking to someone in a different way. Now, let's take a look at what this means by talking in a different way. Say, for instance, your friend rang and he said, "Hey, could you do me a favour? My friend just got into town. I can't pick her up. I'm running late. Could you please meet her, as an example, and I'll get there as soon as I can. I'll send you her picture. She will be there at 1 p.m. Your answer, yes, no worries." Now, you've never met or seen her before, yet you go straight up to her and say, "Hi, how are you? I'm," your name. "As you know, I'll wait here until you get picked up." Then before you know it, you're both chatting, finding out how her trip went. She's asking how your day's been. Has there been good weather lately, and other things about each other and your lives, etc., etc., etc. Now, why do you think it's so easy to talk to her? Now, how to talk to someone and get the response you're after. Getting the response you're after starts by your approach. Remember, be yourself, no sudden hidden talents that you yourself never knew you had. Then just talk to the person you want to get to know. No smart comments, no outrageous movements. How about start by saying, "How are you? I'm," your name. "Would you be interested in a chat? Might shout for a coffee or drink, depending on the situation." Start simple but effective. You can show your funny side or how witty you are once the person knows you're not an idiot. It's amazing how someone responds when you're calm and you're showing real interest in them. It shows that you have a 60% more chance of getting the response you're after using this method. Now, how to talk to someone and get the response you're after. Getting the response you're after starts by your approach. Remember, be yourself, no sudden hidden talents that you yourself never knew you had. Trying to make talk interesting. When you approach a person, don't overthink. That's the whole trick. If you go in overthinking, then you'll be over-talking as well, which just confuses the whole issue and really isn't showing the person who you really are. You're actually showing them someone you're not. What does that look like to the other person? Well, it looks like you're trying to impress them rather than trying to want to know who they are. The end result, they think you're an idiot, tells you to leave them alone, and their friends and themselves laugh as you walk off. We've ever heard that before? Being yourself is one of the most important things you can do. Don't forget, tomorrow you're going to wake up as yourself, not who you acted like. It doesn't take long for anyone to realize you were just lying about who you are. Then that lets the person think straight away you were only talking to them for one thing. If you really want to get to know them, be yourself right from the start. Trying to make talk interesting. When you approach a person, don't overthink. That's the whole trick. If you go in overthinking, then you'll be over-talking as well. Not talking, pausing, shows confidence. Not talking and allowing the other person to do the talking, which will gain you so much ground, it's not funny. What is he or she thinking? Wow, this person wants to know about me and who I am. Plus, then stopping, pausing, and not talking, allowing the other person to ask you a question, and at the same time making you look confident, which really turns on the person you are talking to. Looking comfortable in your own skin shows you know how to take control. The biggest problem people have is thinking, I have to get as much information said to this person as I can, as if they only have 5 minutes to say their whole life story. Leaves little time for the other person to say anything. It's not the case. The more the other person feels calm and happy, the longer they will want to stay and talk to you. You pausing and being calm, and not that weird silence, shows a very strong character. Remember, it can be a powerful turn-on to others. Not talking, pausing, shows confidence. Not talking and allowing the other person to Don't talk to someone you're interested in like a friend. Here's a great tip for you. If you are wanting to get to know someone who you are interested in, never talk to them like you're a great friend. You will give off a vibe that, oh, he's not that into me, and you will sound boring really fast. When you talk to someone you really like, you give off a vibe that's exciting and more flirtatious. They know you want them, and you are both playing little mind games with each other, making it so exciting. That's what draws a couple together and can make for a strong bond. Being in the friend zone is a real no-go zone. Don't forget, you reap what you sow. Plus, when you leave, make sure you let them know when's the next time we can catch up. Letting them know you want to see them again. If you say, well, great talking to you, see you next time, that's a friend zone. Show them you want to be with them, and it'll grow from there. Don't talk to someone you're interested in like a friend. Here's a great tip for you. If you are wanting to get to know someone who you are interested in, never talk to them like you're a great friend. What most people say is the type of person they wouldn't talk to. If you're single and looking for a partner, this might be something to think about. A big turn-off from people I've talked to is they say they don't like a person that dresses like a slob or looks like they don't take the time to look decent before they go out. Sure, we have all had that time when we might have had to shoot to the corner store and grab some milk, and we just put on some track pants and a sloppy top and shoot to the shop. That's okay. But if you're the type of person who goes out without makeup all the time, or a guy that throws on a ripped t-shirt and thongs, and you think, well, it's the weekend, so who cares? Well, you might be doing yourself an injustice. So many people think you're giving off a look of low self-esteem. You don't care about yourself, and so on. Then people I've talked to say if they look like that, then I'm sure their house must be a mess too. You don't realise what's in people's heads when they see you, and it's a turn-off. So I think that's something to keep in mind, especially if there's someone who lives close to you and you're trying to catch their eye. Every time you go out the front or wash your car and they see you, you don't have to look your best, just tidy. Food for thought. You know the truth, but everyone else plays a story in their mind. What if the person is with a group of friends? What to do if the person you are trying to talk to is with a group of friends? This is a situation that can be difficult, but can still work for you as well. If you are chatting to a person you just met and they're with a group of friends having laughs and drinks, yet their friends aren't responding to you, this could be a person who likes you, but they are there for a reason and really don't want to let their friends down by ignoring them to talk to you, someone outside of their close-knit group. Now, that's okay. The best thing to do is say, hey, I see you're having a great time with your friends, and I don't want to get in the way of that. Would you like to have my phone number? And I would be interested in catching up another time. maybe over coffee or drinks, and let them know they can bring a friend so they feel safe. Let's face it, if they say no, then that lets you know they're not interested in you and saves you time. If they say yes, I would like that, then give them your phone number and tell them to call you anytime to make a time to catch up. Then walk away and don't bother them for the rest of the time you are there. If your eyes catch each other, just smile and give a nice nod, just to acknowledge them. If you catch their eye on the way out, make sure you give them a quick wave to say bye. What not to do after speaking to someone. What not to do when you have told a person you would love to catch up with them another time as they can't talk and they're with a group of friends for a special night out, and they say yes to you for catching up later. Now you have just spoken to this person showing them you are interested in them and left them your phone number so they could catch up at a later date. The last thing you should be doing is letting that person see you go around trying to chat up other people. You're either wanting to catch up with this person or you're not really interested. Don't lead people on and think they will give you a call later on that week to catch up. People aren't stupid and they can see when they're getting played, so be smart for them and yourself. How to tell if they are interested in you or not. A quick study of a person can give you an indication if they're interested in you or not. It's not the end of the world if a person isn't into you. Actually, it's a bonus. You now won't waste your time finding out what you should have picked up at the beginning. Also, remember this. Some people don't like hurting people's feelings and will keep chatting to you when they really have no interest in you. This is where you need to read the signs from the start. Body language is a great place to start. If the person starts looking the other way as you are getting closer to them and they don't want to look at you, and then you make conversation with them, look at how they are responding to you. If they don't turn to you and they are just sitting looking sideways at you or over their shoulder, chances are they're not interested. If you catch their eye before you talk to them and they smile or keep looking at you and then they wait a while and they look at you some more, it's most probably a good sign they wouldn't mind chatting to you. If you're chatting to them and they're giving you yes/no answers, again, they're not interested in you. Be smart and don't waste your time or theirs. A trick on what to talk about. What to talk about. If you feel like you don't know what to talk about, there's a trick called follow their lead. Let them say something and you just ad lib on what they are saying. If it's a sport, how often do you play? How long have you played it? Do you play each week with a group of friends, etc.? Let them do the talking and wait for them to ask you a question that you just have to answer. Don't make awkward silences by trying to make up stuff to say. Again, if they're not answering the questions, then you're wasting your time. Remember, silence isn't a problem if you look at them and look confident and calm. Then you look like a strong person, which they will pick up on. What to do when your friends tell you a person has their eye on you. Now there's one thing to remember when your mates say, "Hey, there's a person over there checking you out all the time. Go talk to them. Mate, we'll back you up." Now, the number one rule of thumb and how to deal with this situation. If you turn around and that person is looking at you, do not do anything about it just yet. Don't laugh, don't make gestures or anything, because anything you do from that moment on, that person will think it's aimed at them. So if you laugh, that person will think you think they're a joke for looking at you. If you look at them with your mates patting you on the back and you're smiling, that person will think you're treating them like a game, and that's what you do with your mates all the time. Number 3, what to do when your friends tell you there's a person checking you out. So this is what you should do. Don't look at that person yet. Keep drinking or talking with your friends and move positions where you can see that person out the corner of your eye or in your peripheral vision. If you see that person is looking at you, go buy another drink at the bar away from your friends and see if that person now is still checking you out. Glance over at them and get eye contact with a smile and see if the other person keeps eye contact with you. If so, and you feel they are someone you find attractive, you can go back to your friends and work on your body language, making it a little bit stronger of a connection between you both. It then might be worth keeping an eye out for them moving to the bar, or maybe they are going to the restroom, and it's a perfect time for you to buy a drink at the bar or walk across the room at the same time so your paths cross. All you have to say is, "Hi, saw you sitting over there and I would love to have a drink with you if you're keen." If they say no, that's not a problem. If they say yes, well, they know you're not doing it because your mates were pushing you into it. You need to put yourself in the shoes of the other person and see how you would feel in the same position. All they're doing is looking at you, and suddenly they feel like they might be the group's joke. So never let it turn into that. You never know, they might end up being your partner. You will never know where and when you're going to meet the one person you will end up with and marry, hopefully, for the rest of your life. Someone looking at you with a wandering eye. What does looking at someone with a wandering eye mean? Well, everyone looks around a room while they are with friends or whatever situation, but if someone keeps looking at you while they are with a group, you have to be careful. This is what's called a wandering eye. This is great if they're single and they might like you, but also you have to work out, is this person with someone in the group? And if so, they really aren't someone you can trust. Or the person might be with a group of friends and keeps looking at you and is wearing a wedding ring. This yells warning bells from the start. If they're doing it to you, maybe in the future, if you end up with this person, would they do it behind your back once you're married to them? On the other hand, if they're single and their eyes keep catching yours, then this means it will most probably be easy to go up and talk to this person. Everyone has someone they like the look of before they get to know them. Could be a sign you both have an attraction to each other. The law of attraction. I find this to be a fun tip, yet it happens all the time. The law of attraction. If you're out and your body language is picking up on another person, what is funny is how, throughout the night, you will find yourself close to that person. Things will bring you together over the night. You might be both at the bar getting a drink at the same time, or you're on your way to the restroom and you cross paths with each other, or maybe while you're at the salad bar. This is the universe trying to tell you something. So it's up to you to make a move and say something to the other person. Your body language is letting you know this person isn't going to push you away, so why not break the ice when you are close to each other? A simple hi, how's your night going? I noticed you earlier and you look beautiful or handsome tonight, whatever the case may be. You're letting them know you have been taking notice of them over the night. That way they feel special. Then you can say, would you like to have a drink after you have had your meal, or maybe at another time if tonight you're busy with friends? Don't let them go without moving forward. If they say no, that's fine. If they say yes, then that's a great start to maybe something special. Someone for all of us. Don't despair. Let me start by saying I have given therapy to a lot of single people, and when they first came to see me, I thought, oh my God, how is this person ever going to meet someone? Let me tell you, a person with confidence is a person on a mission, and it works. Once I have given them confidence and basic knowledge to go out and just learn to talk to others, their ability skyrockets. And it's surprising me every time when they say, I've met this wonderful person and we get along like a house on fire. So let me say this, there is a person out there for all of us. You just can't find them without talking to them. There is an equal for us all. Some places you can meet and talk to people easily. If you're not that disco, nightclub, bar, hotel or sports type of person, here are some places that you can meet people. Surprisingly, that has people's guards down and they're more at ease to talk to you. Number 1, cafes are a great place to meet people. There are a lot of people who work for themselves or getting away from the office or just looking for a break, etc. It's a great place where you can meet, maybe get eye contact with someone. Again, if they're not interested, no problems. But more and more people are going to large cafes with friends in search of meeting people. Everyone is generally more relaxed and not expecting someone to strike up a conversation with them. If they do, their conversation is a lot more easygoing, so this is a place you might want to consider. Oh, and make sure it's a cafe that's really casual, not formal, or people feel like you're invading their space if you try to talk to them. Those organic cafes or alternative cafes are a great place to start. Some places you can meet and talk to people easily. Number 2, a community garden. There are a lot of people growing different veggies, flowers, cuttings, etc. The easiest way to strike up a conversation is to go up to someone and ask them a few questions. Let them know you haven't been there before, you're wondering what it's like, what do you grow, and it goes on and on. It really is an easy way to talk and get to know someone. Plus, on different days, there's different people. Just think, you might meet someone, but at the least, you will have gained a few friends in the process. Some places you can meet and talk to people easily. Number 3, this tends to work for more mature and maybe more intellectual people. The place is galleries. Again, you can walk up to someone and say, wow, I've never been here before. I really have no idea what this is about. Do you have much of an understanding? You can strike up a conversation quite easily. Rule of thumb, don't stand there looking at someone as if you're stalking them. Just be casual about the whole approach. There is a bonus at a gallery. There is normally a cafe there as well. So if you really do strike up a good connection, you might be able to have a coffee together. It could be just the perfect start. Some places you can meet and talk to people easily. Number 4. Another great place to meet and talk to people is by taking classes or courses. I must say, during the day, they seem to have more younger people in them, depending on what type of class you're taking, but at night, there seems to be more middle-aged people. These are a fantastic way to meet people. You are all generally chatting and learning together, so everyone feels closer to each other already. Plus, during your breaks, it's a great time to talk to someone over a coffee and maybe talk about the course or why they are there, etc. There is a heap of topics and they don't feel like you are trying to meet them as you are in the course. But don't do this unless you are generally, interested in something you want to learn and get something out of it. Otherwise, you could be wasting time and money. But this is a great place to meet people though. Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you for purchasing this course, and I hope you have gained a better knowledge on how to speak to the opposite sex. I think the best advice is be yourself and be calm, and most of all, just enjoy talking to others. Don't forget, if you have any questions, leave them in the Q&A tab and I'll get back to you quickly, and would be much appreciated for you scoring this course. Thanks again and take care with each other. Hope to see you in another one of my courses.